Hello everyone! Today, I would like to talk about service and service catalog concepts of the ITIL and how they fit in Ivanti Service Management. First of all, let's start with the service definition according to ITIL4. Service, a means of enabling value co-creation by facilitating outcomes that customers want to achieve without the customer having to manage specific costs and risks. In ITIL4, definition of the service has been changed to reflect the bidirectional nature of the service. In other words, service providers and consumers need to cooperate and share responsibility for the outcomes. Another important aspect is service actions. It is any action required to deliver a service output to a user. Service actions may be performed by a service provider resource, by service user, or jointly. Some examples of the service actions are incident resolution, request for the new PC, user enrollment, etc. Service actions form the basis for the request catalog. Request catalog is a view of the service catalog, providing details on service requests for existing and new services, which is made available to the user. Usually, request catalog will include a possibility to initiate service actions fulfilled not only by the service requests, but also by incident and change enablement practices. We will continue building our model by switching to another important concept, service offering. By definition, service offering is a formal description of one or more services designed to address the needs of a target consumer group. A service offering may include goods, access to resources, and service actions. In other words, service offering describes the level at which service can be obtained by a customer. For example, think of different internet plans offered by your telco provider. Now let's start building our model. First of all, we define the services. Then we need to understand what kind of service actions will be available for a particular service. The techniques, like user journey map, can be used to facilitate the discovery of the service actions. The next step is to define service offerings. Our credit rating service contains multiple offerings, but it is not unusual if service has a single service offering. This is especially true for the internal service providers. After defining service offerings, it's time to decide which service actions will be available for different offerings. In our case, different plans contain different sets of service actions. Finally, we will define service level requirements for different service offerings. As shown in the slide, there may be different sets of service level requirements. They might be related to the service in general, availability and performance, as well as related to service actions, incident resolution, and service request delivery times. Basically, this slide concludes a high-level overview of the service catalog. Please note that different users may see different views of it. For example, service end users will see the request catalog with the service actions available to them. Customers may have visibility on service offerings. SLA Manager is most concerned about the service level requirement part of the same catalog. Now I would like to explore a different side of the services. An organization's services are based on one or more of its products. The product itself is a configuration of an organization's resources designed to offer value for a customer. Here we have two services, the one used only to check credit rating for the residents in a particular country, and the other one allows to see credit ratings for the citizens of all EU states. The color bar of each resource indicates the consuming service. As you see, different services consume different resources of the same product. It is a widespread misstep to define an information system as a service. By its nature, information systems are closer to the product than to the service, since they are tangible and can be consumed now or later, while services are intangible and cannot be produced in advance. Now, let's use theoretical puzzle pieces to create a properly constructed service catalog in the Ivanti Service Manager. First, let's explore what we have under Service View in the CI Service Workspace. Then, you can drill down to a particular service to get information related to service offerings, SLAs, and the other essential bits of information. You can find the list of service offerings in the Service Level Package tab of the service or the Service Level Package workspace. Here is also the place where you can define various service level requirements for service actions. You can access the service level agreement either from the SLA tab under the service or in a separate workspace. In Agreements, you will see details for the current SLA, service, service offering, SLP and ISM terms, customer organization, etc. Service actions for the end users are accessible in the Service Catalog of Ivanti Service Manager. Ivanti SM Service Catalog allows publishing request offerings and form offerings. Request offerings enable you to submit service requests, while form offerings can be used to register incidents and changes. CI Map allows viewing what kind of resources are consumed to deliver the service. Please note, there are some differences between terminology in ITIL4 and Ivanti Service Manager. Service offering in Ivanti is called SLP, while request catalog goes as service catalog. Service action is called request offering or form offering. Service in Ivanti is CI service. SLA is the same on both Ivanti and ITIL4. Thank you. Hope it was useful for you and you really enjoyed.